And welcome back. So remember Kathy Griffin? She was a comedian, and while Trump was president, she took a picture, had a picture taken of herself holding one of those rubber masks that looks like a severed Trump head, or it looks like, it's a Trump head mask, and it had some red paint on the bottom of it that looked like, blood dripping, as if she was like, Al-Qaeda with Trump's head. She's a comedian. Comedians do shocking and outrageous things to get a laugh and to make a point. But America was so horrified by this that she basically lost her career. She became radioactive. Nobody would have her on television. She lost her contract for her TV specials. Clubs wouldn't book her. I mean, she was banished to the outer darkness. Kathy Griffin. Remember that? Wasn't that long ago. Well, now Paul Gosar, the crazed dentist who represents a district of Arizona in the U.S. House of Representatives, whose brother has been on this program saying, hey, my brother Paul is mentally ill. Paul Gosar, or words to that effect, Paul Gosar just tweeted a video of him murdering Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. It's a Japanese anime video. It's from a superheroes series where the good guy is killing the Titan, the big bad guy, and he's taken, and Gosar, or his campaign, or somebody associated with him, he tweeted it, took the good guy's head from this Japanese anime cartoon thing, took the good guy's head and replaced it with Paul Gosar's, and took the bad guy's head and replaced it with Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, and then we get to see Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez being murdered. Bloody slaughter by Paul Gosar. And this is okay? Where are the Republicans who are speaking out? There were a lot of Democrats who came out and said, oh, Kathy Griffin has gone too far. Where are the Republicans? Or is the case that I was making in the previous block that what's really going on here is that the Republican Party is moving in the same direction that the Nazi Party did in the early 1930s? Mobilize rage and direct that toward minority groups and the state and government. To the point where you eventually seize the state, and then you turn the state into an instrument of terror. And you do it in the name of liberty. Now, most Americans weren't even alive in the 1940s. They have no recollection of this from firsthand experience. In fact, probably nobody alive today, well, very few people anyway, have any, serious recollection of it. And I don't think, frankly, in America, we teach it the way that we should in our schools. In Germany, it's, the Holocaust is a required part of the curriculum. Not here. And we need to make it part of the curriculum along with our actual racial history because, hey, if you don't know how things happen, you are at risk of repeating them. We have a Republican Party that is increasingly justifying killing 5 people while trying to capture the United States Capitol building to stop the peaceful transfer of power in the United States and to overturn an actual election. You've got an entire party now that is committed to this. Yeah, I get it. You've got a couple of outliers. Sure, Adam Kinzinger and Liz Cheney. I doubt either one of them is even going to be in the House of Representatives, in a year and a half. How does the Republican Party save itself from this? I don't know the answer to this question. How does the Republican Party start backing away from this kind of violence? The closest I can get in my mind, maybe you have an idea on this. The closest I can get in my mind is that they look at what happened in Virginia with Glenn Youngkin and they say, hey, it's possible for a Republican to win an election without Donald Trump. Youngkin succeeded in keeping Trump out of the state, never mentioned his name. Therefore, we can abandon Trump and just go back to being the party of rich people rather than the party of, neo-fascist thugs.